seen other boys have quarrel.
Experience.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, standing on it existing protocol. My experience with area was started a long time ago, but the one that gave birth to this project, the Inspire Me Academy by Ara, was one I had about 10 years ago with them, up close. During my interaction with them, the questions I asked them, and of course, I'm a mother. I have a 14-year-old son. Every morning when I drive my boy to school, I see some of these guys around. And I tell my boy, the difference between you and these guys is the fact that you have a loving mother, you have the support of your mother, and you are loved. That's the difference. Of course, you have opportunity, you have the platform to thrive, going to one of the best schools. These are the things they lack. And never ever take it for granted. Like I said in my speech 10 years ago, they came at me when my car broke down. But during my interaction with them, I realized that they want more out of life. The family system has basically failed. It is one of the major problems we have in our society today. It's almost non-functional. Mothers are no longer acting as mothers, fathers are no longer acting as fathers. We are leaving these kids to too much. We are giving them too much to handle on their own. Parents are being irresponsible. Family having kids all over the place without being responsible for them. Some of them are orphaned.
Walking amongst wolves. You know, I knew how to meander past places in Lagos Island. I know Lagos 5 years I did like this. Everywhere for Lagos Island, I don't want to Lagos. I go pass where I know say okay, this is the time you should not pass here and this year. As young as I was, I knew all the navigation. So years later, if I was passing from Tinubu Square through Mandelas to Balogun, and boys dey trade you one pick your pocket, and they know the movement. So after I know I go the show boy who wan wear sha because I knew all the movement. The experiences I had also in Bariga, a friend of mine is here, he's a photojournalist with City People. We used to play football in CMS Grammar School compound. But down the compound, there's a place those area person in there used to come and sit down. So they will observe everybody, then they will pursue. As I say pursue, those who understand and don't understand that. So when they pursue, they will mark targets, on real and me. I was waiting to play my set one day when one of them just said, wow, leader very. Meanwhile, money to go to Abuja to buy cooking materials, everything was in my pocket. So it was the nylon bag I was holding that made them know that but really. So as the guy said, leader very 2 plus 2 became 22 in my head. Because the moment you get to that bend, OT. So I just looked at the guy. Then he said, change voice, leader. So the leader was there. So I don't know. Then I was just from Masabi. So there was a class going on. I just said, let me just drop the iron with master here. So they were waiting. That's how I entered classroom with normal students wearing uniform. I just sat down in their class. The class teacher immediately said, what's fresh air? He didn't say get out. He just allowed me to see. I was very mocked. He just allowed me to sit with GSS2 students. Full grown man like me. I sat down with GSS2 students. I was doing picture. So after a while, I just looked. I saw that they had gone to visit them. Hey, he better pay me. I don't go. Then other experiences was overlaying 2 experiences. And I'll tell you, there's always a good side to every street watching. My first bad experience at overlaying, I saw the guy coming close, struggling to enter bus with us. But my upper did not pick. I entered. It was when we got to Yaraworu, I realized that my Sony Ericsson phone had gone. Oh, Taylor. Do you know how clarity now does for you? You can now picture the person. You will see say that. Do you know that I came back to Obalede, took the next bus from Yaraworu, came back to Obalede, started looking around for the guy. Don't go.
Help them? And are you really there to help them if you have interactions with them?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want each of us to know that police is of God. We enforce law. We enforce law. So, as a law enforcement agent, we are different to the society. And each time, all these street boys, we approach them. One of our approach is to go. The way and manner you approach them, when you approach them, we teach them by counseling or meditation. For example, some months ago, the CSP of Bayern led the campaign of drug abuse at Abili. And we can know which one of us had the knowledge. Now, what we normally do when we engage, we answer them. Don't do this, if you do this, the law will go like this. If the law had it, the law will never go this. That's the way we always do. But at times, when some of them are knowledge, so automatically calculate and ask. If each of us in society can be so, automatically all these shit there and this point, automatically they will be.
That's amazing. So, from what you have said now, when you meet them, you engage them. But how do they receive you when they see you? Because with your uniform, the first thing should be to take flight.
No, we assess the situation. When we assess the situation, it's something we have. When we call the which one that is criminal and take it to the office. That's time. That's it. Why you do this one? Automatically, rest of the
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I think we can give him a round of applause for that. The NDLEA has been on the news for, like, I take the newspapers every day and I see all the amazing things you have been doing. Now, the beauty for me is the fact that you are not just picking the small boys on the streets. You are going after the kingpins and the drug barons because that is where it starts from. Why did you decide to fight from that level? And what help so far has NDLEA given to those street urchins that you find with small drugs?
Good afternoon, distinguished participants at this lovely event. I want to align with the established protocol and thank you. I'm very delighted to be with you today. Before I go into answering the moderator's questions, I want to first of all share with us some results of a national drug use survey that was conducted by the federal government of Nigeria and the United Nations Office on Drug and Crime, which was published in 2018. It is the current reality of our drug situation problem as at 2018, and you will agree with me that the Lord has gone worse from 2018 till now. 1% had the age between 15 to 64 had used at least one psychoactive substance, excluding tobacco and alcohol, in the preceding year of that survey. That survey was done to examine the extent and pattern of drug use in Nigeria. One of the results of the survey also states that 1 out of every 4 drug users is a female. I'm sure this is alarming because if women who naturally are expected to be caregivers, role models, life builders in our homes and communities, are increasingly now involved in drug problem. That would show the quality of children we're going to be having in Nigeria. The result also says that 1 out of every 5 high-risk drug users injects drugs. And if drugs are being injected, it's a concern for public health because it means that diseases like blood-borne diseases like HIV, hepatitis C, and tuberculosis will be on the increase, and this is a potential problem for public health. The survey also states that there is a gap, that is, we don't have adequate infrastructure for treatment in Nigeria. But most alarming is the fact that result of, and another result of the survey tells us that
when you see them, you will engage them. You will tell them that we are to sit together. So we are at the same level. It's only opportunity we have. And that opportunity we have will not benefit. So please, let other the NGOs join us and make this thing to be global so that our society can be safe.
Please speak pidgin, mix am with English. How many you go give am over 10? 7 over 10. Okay, another round of applause for you. Madam, I hear you. Community policing. Which people actually say no everywhere? No corrupt to enter. No where they come out from. No where they cut us from. Which people na there? Then we go still need them to take secure our land. Madam, I hear you. Help us. I will shock you with my pidgin. You don't know where I grew up. If you don't know, I will shock you. You think the same? All of us are the same. Our mother had proved. You don't know what they happen to us again. When we see big man go come mumu, because we say when we die, all of these things show say nothing in this life.
That's what she said.
God will create all of us, not as everybody go waka for this life. And all of us dey important. What if for our office, we don dey train ourselves, dey learn say, as we take see people, we go embrace them with respect. We no go know say which guy carry to come, which designer cloth dey shirt. Because as dem be so, some of them wan come for help. But because dem dey fear say as dem dey, we no go accept them like that, dem no go gree come. So we don't make sense when they come. The same respect when you go carry this person wey carry recipes, you go give am because you wan be like human being. All of us na human being. And the same blood dey flow for our body. So when we embrace them, we show them say we appreciate them, say we respect them. They will go sit down, they will go open up their mind to us. They will go tell us where the problem dey.
I just said it. We're gonna that these children that you're gonna invite to go over production. So it starts from there. People of different background are here, and I'm sure they may do the same. We need to begin nurture them and then put them in shape. First and foremost, all these children are business. The other time I went to Sudan, the bishop board, so the other discussion based on how we pick the student from the streets. I did a program with Lagos State invited some of my artists about 15 of them. One of the streets of different governments this youth and they succeeded with help of course himself.
Since I'm seeing you here on the record, I cannot help but say that do you wow. Now, Python has been so courage, or you actually move away from the entertainment program.
What you watch it right now, and I have because some of these kids need to be effective at some part of the documentary that we have produced in the course of putting this big event together. So we would like to wait for the technical team. Okay, consider.
Someone who lives in the youth of this country and who has encouraged me as a mentor, as a father, to go out there and get involved, not just musically, but making changes in Nigeria and the world. Daddy, thank you so much for accepting to see us today. I do have a word for the youth of the streets. People talk about them as nevertheless, but they couldn't find it by the reality TV show we are set to bridge that gap between them and the society. So we want them to hear from our father, the father of the nation, the father of Africa.
Was skeptical, and I told you that your understanding and of the problem and the way you intend to deal with it convince me that you know what you are doing, and we stand a chance of succeeding because first you are taking care of the political side of the issue. If some people think that they can use these boys that are wrongly called area boys for their political advantage, and they will not want the type of rehabilitation, the type of changing of their environment, the type of new narrative about them that you want to embark upon. And therefore, when I see that you are on the right path, on the right track, I thought, first of all, you need to be given encouragement. And that's the first thing. And then, and I believe you are sufficiently motivated, sufficiently encouraged, and you are ready to put all that it will take. Now, the next group of people that I believe we should actually address is the public before we go to the youth, and I will deal with the youth in last. You see, for me, there's no bad boys, but there's bad environment. Or there's no bad youth, but the environment can really pollute, can spoil, and can make bad. Now, if what had snapped in the life of some of these young boys and girls, because they're boys and girls, some broken home, some education they dropped out, and some bad company within the community, within their community and within the school. And then, of course, things go from bad to worse for them. So what do we need to do? Lack of good education, therefore no skill, no empowerment, no home to go to. It's a broken home, and then they become street boys or street girls. Now, so the first thing is to let the public realize that these boys and girls, we can still retrieve them. We can still make life worthwhile for them. We can still regard them, I regard them as my children. And that must be the attitude of the community, of the adult within the community. Now, and I hope in your working, we will also take the community along with in this. We will take the church and the mosque along with this. We will take the private sector along with this. Of course, the government, that goes without saying. Now, if you get that type of orientation that talking about, which we must get. Now, if we get that, then, of course, talking to dealing with the subject, and this time I'm talking of the subject, I'm talking of the youth. You call them area boys, some call them frustrated boys or frustrated youth. Of course, they will be frustrated when there's no work, there's no empowerment, there's no future for them. So, what you want to do, and which is important, is what seems to be lacking in their life. You want to start giving it to them. That you are not useless. There's something in you. You are brought to this world by God for a purpose, not for uselessness, not for living in the street, for you to make meaningful contribution to your life, to your community, and you have been given certain innate ability by God, now which has to be developed, which has to be managed. Now, so your job and my job, supporting you in this endeavor, is to now change their mentality, to change the narrative.
Good boys and good girls. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our Kábíyèsí Olúyè, every represented, and then the owner of this vision that all of us are celebrating today and paying attention. She has been described as one woman who is equal to not just 10 women, but who can be equal to a man. And I think I would agree no less with the people who have so described that because of not just because she's taking on this initiative, which so many people may want to run away from, to inspire all of us and then to give back to society. As I was sitting here, I got a call from Mr. Governor, Mr. Baide Sanwo-Olu. And when I told him that I was here, he was very happy. And he said I should just give it to everybody who is involved in this and tell all of that this is the kind of logical program for the university as good citizens of Nigeria. For me, this is a very emotional story. Emotional in the sense that as I stand here today, I am also a product of good gesture of people. When I was growing up, after my secondary school and my primary school education, my dad did not pay my school fees. He said that to go to the school in Ekiti where I was growing up. And that's the school that all big people in town were getting their kids to. And I couldn't pass to go to this school, not because I wasn't brilliant enough. Twice I passed the entrance exam. But when it came to the interview section, for you to be finally adopted into this very, famous school. All students who come from Lagos, from Ibadan, from all over the world, bringing their own kids and talking to the principal and showing that as all students, when people are qualified to bring in their kids. And those of us whose parents were not, my father wasn't even educated, he was a timber contractor. So he wouldn't follow me to that to go and say that we too we have a right in our key to this. So I was just sitting and at home, nothing. At a point, I attempted to go to what they used to call modern school, but my father would not pay the fees. And every time the headmaster came to the class, he was always coming with a cake. And then we said, everybody stand up. If you have paid your fees, sit down. And those of us who are in here, now stand up there. Say, well, my dad comes and I've sent a message to him. He's going to come back next week. And as soon as he comes back, I will ensure that he pays my fees. And the man will say, sit down because of your good English. But at a point, the life no longer carried me through. So I withdrew and just sat at home. But I realized that in me, I was a talent. And I don't put this talent in there for me to be able to find my life. I knew that I had interest in sports. So I was playing a little bit of soccer and then so much of table tennis. And because I concentrated so much playing table tennis on the streets, taking bettings and all of that, somebody now advised me one day that you have, the potential to be good in this thing. Why don't you go to the stadium and start playing there instead of playing on this? So one time I went to the stadium, they would not allow me to play. For 2, 3, 4 days, I was going there every day and watching them. And one day they gave me an opportunity to play. That was how they saw that the potential. And the coach, God bless his soul, is a pastor now, took me on and started training. And at the end of the day, I was picked as one of the people to represent the states in Western Nigeria Sports Festival in Ibadan. And as I was playing in that sports festival, I didn't know that there was a white man watching. And when the white man saw me, he was so impressed. I didn't even know. Then he asked the people who brought for himself, which school does this guy attend? He said, this one go to any school. It's just one of these 3 points that we just brought it to, encourage. He said, would you like to go to school? I said, well, we will ask him if you want to go to school. We will let you know. He said, okay. Tell him to come and see me. Bring him to me and send him to school. At the end of the festival, we returned to Ekiti, and people told me the story because there was a kind of riot there. So the guys when we were playing, and they said you would like to pay your school fees. So I went to them and I said, I wonder that one white man saw me and they said, because people misbehave in Ibadan, who send you to that man so that don't go and cause trouble in his school? And I said, no, I won't cause trouble. He said, we won't take you. They just gave me the address. And I told my mom that I wanted to go to somewhere in Ondo State. That was the first time I was traveling all alone out of town. So I went and saw this white man. When he saw me, he was so excited. May God bless his soul. He passed on about 2 years ago. And he said, well, I saw you when you were playing in Ibadan. And as from today, I will give you a test. If you pass the test, the entrance exam, I will pay your fees. And Mr. Gajiro, who later became a chief, started paying my fees. He wouldn't allow me to go back home. He bought everything that I wanted in school for me. And by the time I was in the last session in school, he left for UK. And all the monies he had in his account, he said he used to pay my fees and some other guy said, please. And that was how I passed out of secondary school. And before I even finished, because I was writing him letters when he was in UK, he said he knew I could do journalism and that he went to London School of Journalism, purchased the form and said I should fill it and he would like to sponsor me in London School of Journalism. And I told him I would like to have more experience at home. That after studying university in Nigeria, I can then consider going to overseas to for further studies. So what am I saying? I'm trying to use myself to sell this story that all of us, it's our responsibility to see that these good boys are really good in life. Because when they are good, all of us will be good. Everything will be fine for us. And in Lagos State, Mr. Biden Sanwo-Olu is so passionate about our young people to see that they do well in life. That is why Lagos State is investing so much money in technology. And that is why anytime people just look at these guys on the street and use them as a yardstick for what our young people are in Lagos, I don't look at them as bad. They don't get it at all. If you visit the tech hubs in Lagos, you see all of the good things our young people are doing in technology. How they are using technology to resolve everyday problems. If you consider the leaders in the entertainment industry or Africa as a whole, because it's the headquarters is number one. Our music all over the world is just what everybody wants to listen to. There is no club or any entertainment center you go to in New York or in London, all headquarters of the world, cities, and you don't find Nigerian musicians there. They are making waves. All of these people that we call good boys, good guys, in them there are talents that we all need to help them to bring out. There are some of them who are very good in the arts. They can draw. There are some of them who can be so useful in the creative industry. Who can go into theater, and that is something Lagos State government is investing. Um, it's the CSR project, and it's something that God has given you a vision to help mankind to create a product. I know that some people have made so much faith, but what really inspired you to come up with such a logical idea, something, permit me, in all humility, and I don't want to be rude, is Alabarano, if you don't careful, cannot tell the story of truth.
Thank you very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Inspire me is God's own project. That's the way I would put it. Because of this project, God took me from hero to zero, so I can feel the pain of being forgotten, the pain of not knowing where my next meal will come. I can feel the pain of that state of hopelessness. This journey started 10 years ago, inspiring journey, but this started way before then. But 10 years ago, because of this experience with those boys, Oshodi, Inspire Me was born. I decided to go. I didn't know it was going to turn out like this. I just knew that God had dropped something in my heart and I wanted to do it. Now, fast forward to 10 years later, because of lack of support, and I drive past those parts of Lagos, my conscience will speak loud to me that look at your abandoned project. So in 2019, when I lost everything, I made zero. And at that last, we take care of our kids in the wrong way. We are busy taking care of our children, we are busy planning, but we are forgetting to take care of the ones that will disrupt it. I mentioned that during the Lekki toll gate issue, they were the ones that took over. That's why we call them the non-stakeholders, because they feel they are not part of the society. But if they feel respected, if they feel loved, if they feel accepted, if they have hope, if they know that there is something for them other than the street life. I think was it Bado? Ọjọ́ òun ni mo gbé yín jáde ẹ̀ tó ti kọ́sẹ̀ méjì láti mo gbé yín jáde. Kí ni wọ́n ṣe pàtẹ fọwọ́ entry wọ́n tẹ́tẹ́? Kí ló ṣe?
Sorry. Bado, are you here? Please come forward.
Shakiru wa Badoda Osun wa àwọn tó sùn.
No, Bado, you Shakiru, wá síwájú.
Because we're talking real life, real changes. Yeah. Okay. Only ọjọ́ òun mo gbé láti last week. Okay. Bọ́lá lọ. Okay. Ṣé báwo ló ṣe ṣe yín padà fẹ́ wọlé? Okay. Because naturally they would never allow them such places. What we are trying to do, yes. They told them back, but I was watching. They're looking for me, they allowed them in. So then after what I did, I took all of them. We went to get the basic necessities, roll on, toothpaste, soap, baking soap, and a couple of other things. They have their bag at the car wash early in the morning, or they pay 200 naira to have their bag. every day. So that's why they go, days without having their bath. You understand? So these are basic things that you and I don't see as anything, but it's a lot to them. We just delivered, I think, about 30 Ghana of go of clothes to them. And I told them, this morning when I told them they were going to Abeokuta to meet former President Obasanjo, they asked me, they say, sure, last song. Just like that, the last song, however. And then he looked at him, one of them looked at himself like, I didn't know, man, or really, can't believe it. Immediately, I know something happened to his mindset. Inspire me. What we intend to do will inspire me. We are just going the reality TV show right, because that is the language of the day. We pray that our partners, by the time we have our own property, our academy will be, out there. They can access information throughout the year on how to better their lives. For the benefit of those who are asking questions on how is it going to go, I will answer those questions.
Thank you very much. He said, I managed part of secondary school, go to the university, there was nobody to send us to the university. We felt when we come to Lagos, we will meet, we will be able to walk, and we are too strong today. Today, that it was a feeling for me not to have enough time for myself. Immediate environment. Immediate environment meant that the first set of people I met in Lagos, in my office now, and he graduated from the University of Lagos. Wow. He graduated from the University of Lagos accounting second class lower. And that's to tell you the essence that these guys will call in their office. If they are given the necessary environment, they will serve. Those guys, one of us were worried. I don't know if you know Lagos Island very well, around Akopon. You dare not to walk around that area 8 o'clock some years back. Today, that place is free of those criminals. Because some of those guys that were doing that are now being integrated into a formal society. And that's what the other commissioner was saying at that time. And the former president also said it, there is no bad boy. What is bad environment and bad country. So again, I want to thank her and I want to assure you that we support this. And on individual basis, I will support you. And I will ensure that we do everything possible in our own
community. That the DG of the Habitat, United Nations, wanted to have a meeting with me. They were there on the 8th floor in Manhattan. So I went for that meeting. Another meeting the DG said to me, was a white woman said, we want to congratulate you and we want to work with you. For you to be made an ambassador by that organization, we know they respect you and they've done their due diligence on you. And she said she was going to do something unusual. She opened the books, billions of dollars, for earmark for that project, waste management and water management in Africa. I still have the books, the volume of books that was given to me. And she said, but it will involve a lot of traveling around the world, especially in Africa. And they told me to go think about it. It was something I was willing to consider. But I tell you, sir, I didn't touch the project. Why? One, I was not in a good place emotionally and mentally. And I knew that the people around me then would put me in trouble. It was a lot of money that was involved. So I turned it down. But I know that by this project, they will come back. They will seek me. I have on my team, Mr. Dapadaramola is on my team, Mr. Korede is on my team, Ms. Rachel is on my team, Mr. Santo Kote is on my team. I have Breakthrough on my team, Joy is on my team, Michael is on my team. I have people of character that I can now be rest assured that when that comes back, it will come back. I have people of integrity who who would not let me down. I have built my brand name for over 30 years, and mi ò bàjẹ́, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí n bàjẹ́. On our prayer list, we have these prayers that we're opening as an academy is one of them, a property where we can have the academy. An academy that will cater to the needs of street kings and queens, an avenue for them to walk in freely at no cost at all, where they can actually consult, make consultations on how to be better in whatever area of strength that they are looking at, be it sports, education, IoT, and because of our partnership with the state and other private sector and individuals, just like former President Olusegun Obasanjo has said, is willing to take up some of them and mentorship. We are hoping that it's not just about money. The word we speak to their lives means a lot to them. Just like when I said they were going to see Baba, they were excited even at the mention of Baba's name. Like, so somebody like me can actually see former president. Am I joking? Share one. You understand? But then it's a reality. So this is the first phase. The next phase now is the auditions that will take place all over Lagos. Yes, we have the audition, and we're only testing them basically on their talents. Nigerians will vote 100 of them that will see 20 out of those 100 going to the reality TV show for 30 days, and then the show begins. Reality TV show is the language of the day. It's the easiest way to get attention, to get people interested, and all of that. But the academy will run throughout the year. The reality TV show is once a year, but the academy will run throughout the year. We cannot take more than 20 people on the reality TV show, but the academy can take on as much as possible. So we also call on volunteers. If there's anything that anyone has touched your life, it's time to pay it forward.
Okay. Well done and congrats for the success of Eco Inspire Me. So what can you say? We've had a lot while the program was going on. Can you tell us more or just lead to on what to expect?
In the coming weeks, we will have a registration process for the streets, kings and queens, good boys and good girls. At the various local governments, we'll roll out the venues and dates and time. After which we have our auditions, we pick the top 100 of them that will see us going to the grand finale to pick the top 20 as voted by Nigerians as we wish to go into the Inspiring Academy. We're very happy for the unveiling today. We needed the entire world to know what we are up to. This is a strictly CSR project, and we believe that everyone will be part of it because we are all stakeholders, and this will definitely impact our society differently and positively.
Well done, ma. Once again, can you tell us what inspires you? Yes, we know you've said it, but we want to hear it one-on-one with us.
What inspires me
Yes,
generally?
for the project,
Oh,
to
for
start the
project.
project.
Okay, it was my personal experience initially with them a few years ago. Of course, I've seen them around Lagos for some time now, but that personal experience opened my eyes up to a lot of details as to how their thought process. I realized that these guys also want something out of life. These guys want to become somebody. They want to be stars, they want to make it. Some just want a source of living or livelihood. Some have learned some works, but they are unable to, they are unable to make anything out of it. But I said to myself from that day on, especially the one that said he was feeling mentioned, that one really touched me. So I promised myself that I will make sure that I work on something. God help me, God willing. And we are 10 years after that. It's not being funny at all because a lot of people discourage me. That's why I will never stop thanking God for God is for giving me the door, for giving us the endorsement letter, and telling the ministries that, hey, this is an hour do not influence anything. Let her do her show. Just support her whichever way we can institutionally. And that's what they're doing. And I'm very grateful.
You've always been a brave and bold woman. And is there never a day that you're afraid? As in, like while you are going to the street to talk to those guys, is there this fear? Or as in maybe they're going to injure you or do something funny?
You're right.
Have you ever?
Yes, there are days that I had that feeling and I was just scared. My passion and the fact that I know that this is God's own project. I know that if He has given you an assignment, He will back you. Each time, people will say, don't go. I got a lot of stuff. They say, don't go. I'll be like, don't worry. If God said it, He is too faithful. So I'm thankful that I took those risks, going amongst them, talking to them. And you find out that they are not bad at all. They are not. But we will sit down. Sometimes when they see me around, they're like, Mama, let's meet why I love one money. Ask Chrissy, I love one more, and I feel like, oh my God, so I feel like God has started.
So just like Baba Abaso just said, ma, we see you go places, and by God's grace, we see you, like he said, that you be the president of. So how will you feel? How will you do it by the time this project goes to 36 states and out of the country? How will you handle it?
Over complete, seeing the lives that this project will touch, seeing them run around, seeing the results. That's it. That's all. The results, seeing them happy, seeing them do well in life. That will be my greatest joy. I tell my son, I said, if I leave you $1 billion tomorrow, somebody, and after I'm gone, somebody might want to even kill you to take that money from you. But when you see the works of my hand, the lives I touch, the people I take care of, all of these things will speak for them. When you go somewhere, you say, is that not the son of Allah? It's because of our that I am where I am today. They will not shut the door in your face. So I believe that this service for humanity definitely is
So once again, Ma, so what do you have to say, as in, for all those that were not here, it's not the good boys and straight good girls that are here today. So for others that are not here, what do you have for them?
Don't give up on life. Within the twinkling of an eye, the story can change for the best. Look out for us, watch out for us, register, let us take it off.
Okay, so your social media handles, ma, for those that are watching. So.
At I am Ara Roma 1 on Instagram and it cuts across.
Thank you, ma.